Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in to another morning regular with Coco, helping you undo so God can do. Let us be thankful for another day, not promised, but indeed graciously granted. Y'all, we are now in the beginning or at the beginning of week 4. I have been doing a 31 days of how to be accelerated into purpose, not necessarily a challenge, but just wanted to share with different people how they can be accelerated into purpose, how they can move forward in their purpose, how they can go from that place of being stagnant and stuck, and or from that place of being complacent, and how you can do it. We talked about from the spiritual standpoint. We talked about personal acceleration. Last week we talked about professional acceleration, and basically how can I accelerate from a spiritual level? How can my relationship with God change? How can I see myself as He sees me? How can I work on me? What can I do about me? And even from a professional level, who can I connect to? What more can I be learning? So this week, we're going to talk about relational acceleration. And today, I'm heading it off with it all starts with you. And basically, all that means is what is it that you want to receive? Are you putting that out? In other words, are you putting out the energy? Are you putting out the vibe that you want to receive from others? And sometimes you won't always receive that. We already know that. But at the same time, when you starting with you means also being the example that you want to see in others, or being the difference that makes a difference, so to speak. I love that saying, being a difference that makes a difference. Regardless of what another person does, or regardless of how another person reacts or how another person responds, you are still responsible for you. No one has that much power over you to cause you to get out of character. So when I say it all starts with you, is how you relate to other people, how you perceive other people. It all starts with you. And it all starts with, what are your beliefs and what are your thoughts? How do you, first of all, what do you believe about yourself? Because if your belief about yourself is negative, then that's how you are going to perceive other people. That's the energy you're going to draw from other people. You're going to always think that they're thinking negative about you when they're not. But because that's how you think of yourself, you assume that's what other people think of you. So that's why it all starts with you. If you have a positive outlook of yourself, if you see yourself, again, that's why we started off with the spiritual, and as far as seeing yourself as God sees you. Because if you allow experience to define who you are, the negative experiences in life, or if you allow people to mislabel you, then that gives you a distorted view of who you are, which again, uh, it darkens or it dims, or it has an effect on now how you see other people and how you believe they see you. So it all starts with you. So what are some things about you that you need to change? I did a series on thinking differently, and a lot of times we don't realize how our beliefs are so embedded in us that they have such an effect on how we treat people. So your whole being accelerated into purpose, guess what? Because you can't do it alone, you need people. You have to be able to work with people. You have to know how to work for people. And so your how you see yourself has a lot to do with how you accelerate into purpose. Your relationships with people has a lot to do with how you are able to move forward in life. Because again, you can't do it by yourself. So a lot of times that person that, so maybe it's the person that you don't like, who just makes you feel some type of way every time you walk into the room. For all you know, that may be the person to get you to that next level. That may be the person that writes the recommendation for you. That may be the person that has the funds for a business venture, or for that may be the person that supports something that your child is doing. You never know. So that's why we're talking about this last step, is relational acceleration, because our relationships with people, first of all, starts with our relationship with us and our relationship with God. How do we see God? How do we see ourselves? And that has a lot to do with how we see other people. If you find that you're not able to relate to people, that you're constantly bumping heads with somebody, or that a certain type of person even frustrates you, guess what? We have to take a look at ourselves. We have to take a look in the mirror and see, okay, if I'm frustrated by something about them, it must be also something in me that I'm frustrated with and not dealt with. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. So it might get a little bit maybe some things that maybe you don't want to hear, or maybe some things that you've not dealt with in yourself. But again, when we talk about relationships, when we're talking about moving forward, it all starts with you, because it's all up to you on how you decide to treat people, and how you decide to perceive people, how you decide to perceive yourself, and not getting caught up with this is where we talk about in the Thinking Differently series we talked about breaking generational cycles, breaking generational curses, breaking the strongholds of bad decision making. That's where all this comes in into effect, because as long as you stay stuck and as long as you stay bound, guess what? You can't move forward. So you will continue to see other people passing you by, other people leading in different areas. But again, it all starts with you. It all starts with what you believe about yourself and how you see yourself. Your relationships are a reflection of your relationship with God and even your relationship with yourself. That's all I have for you this evening. We will be back at 6:45 a.m. in the morning for another Morning Breakthrough with Coco, helping you undo so God can do. I am Kokisha LaShawn, the Purpose Accelerator, here to push, provoke, and catapult you into your next level of divine greatness. Have an awesome evening. Thanks.